How is it going, everyone? It's Lumity here, and today we're going to be talking about a PlayStation 1 game today. However, it is a kart racer game, and you guys know how much I love kart racing games. And that game is Smurf Racer. But before we jump into this, I do want to say that if you enjoyed today's video, please go down there, hit that like button, and the subscribe button, because I'm constantly doing video game videos. There's always a new video game video coming out every single Friday. It's usually just something I want to talk about, something I like. Sometimes it's new releases, but a lot of times it's just video games that I like. Retro stuff, stuff old, stuff new. I just like talking about video games and sharing my passion, and I like hearing from you guys as well. So if you have a favorite video game, favorite PS1 game, favorite Xbox Series X game, favorite Sega Genesis game, leave it down in the comments below. Give me some video game recommendations, and eventually I will get to them on the channel. I want to do some actual videos that people, video games that people recommend me. So give me some recommendations down below. But now, that's enough of the, pushing myself and pushing my content. Let's get into the actual video. Smurf Racer. This game is, well, it's a Smurfs PlayStation 1 racing game. So, first of all, I guess we could talk about the way it looks, which graphically, it's a PlayStation 1 game. It's not going to look fantastic, okay, by any means. It's a 3D one at that, so that makes it even a little bit worse. However, I don't think it's terrible looking. It's just one of those things that it's definitely dated. By today's standards, it's pretty dated. But at least you can tell which characters are which, right? I guess that's a plus. You can tell who Smurfette is. You can tell which one is Papa Smurf. You can tell which one is the Chef Smurf. You can tell all that stuff. So that's all good. And I like all the courses that this racing game has. I think that the environments on the courses are really cool, from the actual tree levels and the actual... There's like a castle level, which is really cool. There's the space level for Astro Smurf. There's a lot of cool different courses on this, and I really like them. The actual driving is pretty good for the most part. Sometimes it feels a little bit too loosey-goosey with the controls. Like sometimes you'll turn and it feels like you're turning like way too fast. So that's one little complaint, but it's not a huge deal. It's just something I kind of noticed with my hours and hours I've put into this game. I actually really do enjoy this game. I've played through the adventure mode, which is the mode that kind of, I guess, lets you unlock all the Smurfs. So you start off with just a few Smurfs, but you play adventure mode to unlock more. And you go through 3 different environments, and then you get to the 4th environment, which is the final one, and that's the Astro Smurf challenge. And that one is basically like a moon race, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that's the main mode to get all the Smurfs and everything. You also have the single races, so you can just pick your favorite race and go into it that way. You also have flag mode, which is like a capture the flag style game mode, where you drive around, try to capture enough flags, or all of these different flags, and you have to capture the flags and try to hold on to them. So if you run into a wall or something, you'll actually drop a flag or two. You also pick up these little rockets, and you pick these rockets up during the race as well. They're these little, they kind of look like mushroom rockets, I guess you could call them. And you launch them at the opposing players, and in flag mode, if you hit them with it, they'll drop a couple flags and you can go pick them up. So it's a battle mode, it's a capture the flag mode, kind of all in one. It's pretty fun though. It's not bad, it's not my, obviously, game mode of choice, as I just like doing normal races, but it's not bad. When it comes to the actual battle mechanics in this game, or the pickup mechanics in this game, in the actual races, you basically have just the mushrooms. You have an invincibility potion that you can pick up on the map. You also have a firecracker boost. It looks like it's just a firework, and you pick it up and it will just launch your character ahead. And then there's also a special ability that each character has. However, they pretty much all just do the same thing. They basically are just a defensive thing to drop behind your character, so you can spin one of the characters behind you out. So for the Cook Smurf, it's a, like, gelatin. For Papa Smurf, it's a potion. For Smurfette, it's a heart. So they all have their own little themed item, but it all does exactly the same thing. So just depending on which character you pick, you get a different icon for your item that you drop. And that's basically the only difference between the characters, other than looks and stuff. And their cars are different as well, I will say. They did a good job making their cars all different. I like some of the designs better than others. So I do like this game. it's pretty fun. I've actually played this game multiplayer as well. I took this up to my brother's house and we played it split screen, and it's quite a fun. He enjoyed it too. We had quite a bit of fun playing this game. We like playing all PlayStation 1 games in general. PlayStation 1 is just such a great couch, split screen system. I love playing PlayStation 1 games with my brother. I mean, we grew up playing the PlayStation 1, so it just makes sense that we would still enjoy it as adults. But yeah, I love this game. It's a fun game. It's a nice little racing game. It's nothing crazy, but for what it is, it's not bad either. I think it's actually pretty darn good, and it's actually not very expensive. You can find this game usually for under $10, so if you can find this game for $10 or under, hey, give it a shot. It's not bad whatsoever. It's quite a bit of fun, actually. You get your adventure mode, which you unlock all the normal Smurfs in, and I do want to also bring up the fact that in adventure mode, you also have two options. You can play on easy mode, which I played through the entire thing on easy mode just to unlock all the characters and everything, but then you can actually turn it on to, it's like expert level or something like that, and I honestly didn't notice a huge difference with the actual AI opponents or anything like that, but I guess what it does basically is these little cars that you're driving, if you listen to them, they kind of sound like wind-up cars. Like, they make the wind-up car noise, which is actually pretty cool. The audio for this game is actually really good. I like the audio for it and all the music and everything, and the noise the cars make, this little winding noise. And in expert mode, you actually will drive past these little winding wheels, like the little gears that you would see on the old toys, the little wind-up, things that you would see on the old toys. You actually drive past those, and it will give you a slight boost whenever you hit them. So that's just kind of the only difference I noticed. Interesting, I guess, but it doesn't really do much other than that, I don't think. I think maybe if you are in 4th place when you cross it, it may spin you out, but I haven't really noticed that. And yes, I did say 4th place, because there are only 4 cars in every race. I should also mention that real quick. There's only 4 cars in every race, so these are not very big races. These are small races with just 4 characters at a time. However, you can pick from quite a bit more characters than that, but there's only 4 racing at a time. So if you want something that's a little bit, more character filled, or more in terms of the actual single races that are going on, if you want more characters in a single race, this probably isn't going to do it for you. But still, I think even though it's just 4 racers, it's still pretty action packed. There's still quite a bit going on, and there's enough abilities, enough people firing the rockets at each other where there's still definitely tons of combat going on, tons of fighting going on to get into first place. And with all the different shortcuts on the courses and everything, because a lot of these courses have different ways to go on them. They have different little shortcuts and different paths you can take. And that also makes it a little bit more interesting, because you never know who's going to pop out in front of you, or, who's going to get in the lead because of these shortcuts. So, yeah. It's still challenging, even though there's only 4 characters. And you have to get first place to unlock the next race in adventure mode, so you have to get first place. So you may be doing races over a couple times. But yeah, that's all for this video. I hope that you check out this game. It's fun. It's a fun little racing game. It's not the best, but for what it is, you know what? It's pretty darn good, and for how cheap it is, it's definitely worth picking up. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe button down below, and don't forget to leave me some video game recommendations. I want to hear some of your recommendations. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.